So honestly, I don't know if this is gonna be like a um, regular thing um, on the channel. Honestly, I don't know. I had the idea, and I was like, why not? So this is just car conversations with CJ, and we're in my car. We're just gonna have conversations, just kind of whatever I'm kind of wanting to talk about, I guess. Um, and I guess the first kind of thing I wanted to talk about is something that I kind of wasn't able to really touch on in the first episode of our podcast, um, which is mental health. So this is kind of what that's kind of about, and then just other stuff. Yeah, so um, man, I guess we'll start with mine. There's no one else here. Um, 2024 sucked like a lot. Um, yeah, it didn't go how I thought it would go. Like everything that's happened to me was not on my bingo card, like at all. Um, yeah. Kind of. Where do I start? Mm, I guess we could kind of work backwards, and then if there's some stuff I think about. Um, the last few months at my job, I've really just been at my current job. Haven't like officially left yet, so still working for Big Blue, we'll just call him. Um, and it's kind of whack. Um, just every time I do something good, I feel like it's not like it's noticed. Don't get me wrong, it's totally noticed. It's just when I go to talk about, hey, this is what I feel like I deserve. It's, oh, you got to do a little bit more, and it's like, what the hell do you want me to do, bro? Like, um, yeah. So like that's been the kind of the big reason why I'm leaving, or at least trying to go seasonal, which I don't even know if that's gonna happen. So I've got 7 shifts left, and those could potentially be 7 last shifts working at Big Blue. Um, Also, you're probably like, what the hell is that? That's just the mic. I didn't feel like clipping it to a t-shirt. Like I could have. Like there's a whole ass magnet. I could have just stuck it to my chest, but no. And yeah, so that's just been like weighing on my mind. And then people who know me know that I'm at home with my parents for a couple reasons. Um, but like one reason why I'm glad I'm getting this new job and I want to stay seasonal is because I want to move. um, I just want to move out. I had an apartment pretty much all of last year, and I think that was the best mentally I've ever been. Um, I don't get me wrong. Like I'd go visit my parents and watch the games because they had cable, and that's what we do. And we're Michigan fans, so blah blah blah. But yeah, man, I just be able to go home. I was like, all right, guys, I'm leaving, and just hop in my car and leave was peaceful. And I miss being able to do that. To be real. Um, so hopefully with this new job at the bank and me working part time, I'd be able to afford that. Working full time at the bank, part time at Big Blue. Yeah. So like that's just like a big part of my mental. Um, that's been kind of shitty. Not gonna lie. Um, Nothing, man. Falling in love, man. Like that shit is the best shit ever. Like, I think I've fallen in love, I guess, to be sappy 3 times in my life. Um, yeah. One of them was when my daughter was born. So like, kiss my ass if you don't think that's cute. Ah. um, but the last time, this most recent time, yeah, and it shit sucks. Like when that shit don't work out, gang. Um, Because then, like, when shit happens for you, you want to be like, hey, this happened, like, good or bad. But most, like, when this, like, good shit happens. For me. Because, like, I don't want to bother people with, like, what the fuck's going on. But, yeah, so not being able to do that, like, that shit sucks. And it's, like, someone you want to be with, and you explain that to them, but it's like, do they really want to be with you? You know what I mean? So, like, that shit sucks. So, like, that's not helping the mental. And then just seeing, like, fucking, like, parents argue all the time. But then on the other hand, I have, like, friends who are, like, who are married and, like, having kids. And I'm just like, man, I'm praying that works out for them. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be married. I want a big house. Like, I want to be able to provide all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. The feeling of not feeling good enough has really been on my mental, I think, since the year started. And I can't really shake it. I think it's just, like, accumulative stuff over the course of my life. It's just, I've always felt that way, but, like, this year in particular, it's just been like, damn, maybe I'm not good enough. Because I applied for another bank job and didn't get it. And I was like, am I not good enough? You know what I mean? So, just that too, man. A couple days ago, I actually had, like, a full, like, mental breakdown at work. Like, everything just, like, kept, like, piling on. And I just was, like, on the sales floor of my job, and I just remember weeping and just weeping. And something that kind of hurt. My boss told me to kind of suck it up. My female boss kind of told me to suck it up. And she was like, well, you're going to the bank, and, you know, you got to be professional. You can't, you know, allow your emotions to get to you. And I'm like, I do that shit every day. I do that shit while I'm here. I do that shit when I'm, like, outside with my friends. So don't tell me, like, some shit I already know. Like, I've been doing that for 27 years, bro. And I asked, can I go home? You're like, well, did you go to lunch? That's not what I asked, bro. Can I go home? I'm like, can I go home? And basically she was like, nah. And that shit hurt. And I was like, oh, that's kind of whack. And I'm just like, are y'all mad at me for leaving? Like, ever since I, like, took the job, I feel like my bosses have been acting a weird way towards me. And I'm like, y'all ain't paying me more money. So it's like, what do you want from me, bro? So then I got that going on. I feel like I made the right decisions for me. Like, so do my coworkers, but it's like, man, my bosses are just like, you're leaving us, you're dead to me. And I'm like, what'd I do? I've asked for a raise for like a year now. I've asked for ways to get promoted. There's never been a way for me to get promoted. Then the one position that's open, you don't even tell me about. So it's like, what do you want from me? You want me to stay here forever and perform at, like, top performer level, but, like, making 2 years ago pay? Nah, fam. Nah. So that's why, like, I'm just trying to, like, count down the days. But kind of count down the days. Yeah. The last couple days at work have just been kind of like, damn. Because everyone's like, you're on your way out. It doesn't really matter to you. And I'm like, man, only if you knew. And it hurt. Like, it doesn't hurt, but, like, man, it makes me sad as shit when I'm having, like, funny conversations and, like, one of my coworkers is like, I'm gonna miss you, man. And I'm like, god damn. Because again, like, those people have seen me go through a lot of shit. I think I moved like 4 times last year. And then obviously like once this year. So yeah, those people see me through some shit. Um, oh, I guess another thing that's kind of cool. When I posted the goodbye video for like 2 days, it had like 5 views. I woke up today, which is September 25th, and I had 30 views. I was like, oh shit, let's go. So thank you to the 25 people that decided to look. Let me watch this weirdo in his car. That was great. Um, Another cool thing is I obviously posted it on my personal page, like, hey, go follow, blah blah blah. Podcast Facebook page is on the way. I promise. I'm just procrastinating. The ADHD is kicking in. But I was at the store doing something for my dad. This was like an hour ago, and one of my old coworkers from the gas station, like I think he was heading to work or heading back. Yeah, he's heading back to work because he was on lunch, and he like sees my car outside the store, and he legit stops me and says, "Yo, I subscribe to the podcast. Keep it up. Keep going." And stuff like that, man, is kind of why I keep doing this, or want to keep doing this. Because it's stuff like that, like the people that's like, "Hey, keep going." There's plenty of days, like I've had days where like I'll have ideas for content and don't post it, like just won't post it at all, and I'm like, they're probably not gonna like this. Like I've got like snacks at home, just like ready to do like a whole like snack review, drink review, and I'm just like, nah. And I'm like, I don't know why. So I just need to really start getting out of my head. But having like those people be like, hey, like keep going, like post it, like shoot it, edit it, post it. Always makes me feel good. So to those people, the Casses, the Tanks, to the Rachels, aka Rob, to my guy Peter, to my guy Josiah, man, to my bro Wes, best friend Francis, mentor Queese, just anybody that's really been rocking with it and like really like been telling me to do this. Man, I appreciate y'all, because there's days I don't want to do this no more. Like there's days where I want to just like, nope, go just do me. But a lot of people said they wanted to keep me doing this podcast, or wanted me to keep doing this podcast. So I'm like, well, I want to keep doing this podcast. So as long as I want to keep doing this podcast, it'll be done, I guess. I don't know, man. I think when I go back and think 4 years, what was the point of this podcast? It was to give people without a voice, and I think that I never really had the voice I wanted. So I was like, hey, let me just sit in front of a camera and just kind of talk to people. And yeah, I have an episode that I did that with my mentor Queese, and it's not bad, but it's just like how we were sitting and the chairs we were sitting in, it was so squeaky. I don't know. I think I might just post that whole thing, no edits, just I don't know, man. Yeah. I think another reason I keep doing this is because I look at my arm every day and it says, I have a tattoo for like those that don't really know. Yeah, there we go. And it says, don't let dreams be dreams, keep chasing. And I've been big on like following my dreams, no matter what the dream is. For as long as I thought, man, I can still play baseball. I ain't gonna lie, I'll let that shit go. But like, this is a dream. Like, and this isn't just a podcast. It's a show. I think that with time, We could be with the Joe Buddens, the Joe Rogans, the Pivots, the all those like major mainstream, the Inky Johnsons kind of podcast of the world. I think that we, Brandon and myself, and then shout out to my guy Luke, basically edits all of my stuff. You know, we just, yeah, it's just three bros with a dream. I gotta edit the bio. Yeah, so I appreciate you if you really watched this random ass talking. I guess like after this, I'll like have like fucking topics. Like I don't know, maybe put it on my phone. Something. I don't know, but have a wonderful day, guys. Keep being weird. Don't ever be normal, and just keep chasing dreams.